feel like I have to make this kindergarten PSA every year. So parents, if you have a child that has entered into kindergarten this year, I have seen posts all this week and it's not getting any better year by year. Your child needs to be toilet trained. Your child needs to be toilet trained at home. You need to teach your child how to wipe their own ass, okay? Teachers are not going to wipe your child's rear end. They're not going to do it. They are not trained for that. Do not get in my comments and talk about, well, what if my child's special needs? That is a whole nother conversation that you should have had before you sent that little baby down there to the schoolhouse. I'm talking to the parents whose little baby know who Pennywise is and can tell you every anime character and how they feel and what their hair look like. Your child has to be toilet trained. Now, here's the thing. It's not specified district-wise that, especially in most districts, that your child has to be toilet trained because they cannot not admit your child if your child's not toilet trained. However, the teachers are not trained to do so. They are already getting paid peanut shells. Wiping asses is not part of that. Now, if your school has a paraprofessional that is trained to do that, that might be a conversation that you might need to have, but I can guarantee you if your child is in a regular class, they're going to tell you, hey, you need to either teach your child on the weekend or you're going to have to come and help your child. Because what is going to happen is if your child soils themselves, they're going to instruct that child through a stall door because 9 times out of 10, they are in a regular classroom that does not have a bathroom in that classroom. So which means they will have to send that child to the bathroom that everybody is using and they will be in there to change their own clothes. God forbid they did number 2 on themselves. However, here is the thing. This is going to also stop lawsuits because teachers cannot be involved in changing your child's clothing. Which brings me to another situation. While y'all are at home on this long ass weekend, make sure your baby know how to stand in line. And you're like, oh, well, I don't, I get it. Everybody's kid did not get to go to preschool. And I know that a lot of parents are opting for TK4, which is transitional kindergarten. Hello, I am a kindergarten readiness teacher, well, a former one. Here's the thing. You can do this at the store. You can absolutely do it at the store. Teach your child how to stand in line at the store. Stand them in front of you. Practice them standing behind you. Practice them catching a bubble. So they're quiet in the hallway. Walking feet. Dressing themselves. That outfit's cute, but can they put it on by themselves? Can they go to the bathroom by themselves? If they can't, don't send them to school in that. That's setting them up for failure, baby. Don't do that. I know it's leave that at the house. Make sure they can open and close their lunchbox. Make sure they can open and close their thermos, their food containers, whatever they're drinking out of, whatever they're eating out of. Make sure they can close it up unassisted. Unassisted. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it ain't but 3 people at the schoolhouse. Unassisted. Unless one of their little friends. Make sure they can tie their shoes. I know that's a reach for some people, but hey, it's possible. All of my kids were tying shoes by age 3. It's possible. Make sure that they know that their name is Lijon Johnson and not Man Man, Stinkabutt, Tink Tink. Yeah. Okay, because when she's calling the roll and Lee John is sitting there looking around and he don't know that she talking to him, that is a problem. Hey, let them use a pencil at the house and some crayons and some markers. You can go to the Dollar Tree. You ain't got to be Crayola. You ain't got to be fancy with it. And they got little workbooks. They got little worksheets that you can just whoosh, rip on off and give it to the little baby. At some point, you're going to also need to allow them to use some scissors at the house. I know it's scary. I know. And I know y'all sitting here like, what is the teacher's job? To teach. Okay, there's other concepts that she has to teach. This is foundational bullshit right here that your child should have already learned. And see, again, I can say the things that teachers can't say. Your baby should have known this before they got in that little classroom. Don't come in my comments talking about, well, it's doable. You got to do the work. All right. Now, here's another thing. Make sure your baby know a phone number and an address. I know that's a little bit of a stretch, but they need to know, because sometimes these little buses is dropping these little kids off somewhere else. They need to be able to call somebody. They need to be like, hey, that ain't my house. Something, okay? Don't have them little dilly-dallies looking around looking crazy, okay? And stop stressing these teachers out. They doing the best they can. They doing a whole lot with nothing, okay? Now y'all going out there and be blessed.
Like and subscribe to Mom's channel.